What? Don't look at me like that. Apparently, this is kind of gonna catch on, so this is my first official video, and I guess it's just like a little about me. So, okay. Intro, I guess you guys already pretty much know, basically. Well, shit. You know some stuff about me, just the basic Samantha stuff, and some other stuff too. Yeah, I don't know. I guess we'll start with a brief history. Let's do that. That sounds like a good place to start. I've lived in California my whole life. I grew up in a town about 30 miles from where I live now, and that's pretty much the only other place I've ever really lived. Just that town in this town, and that's about it. So, there's that. I was born in spring. I am a spring child. I have 2 parents. Actually, fun fact, if you don't already know this, I'm a Taurus, and my father is an Aquarius, and my mother is a Capricorn. I know, horrible, horrible fucking match there, right? They were never meant to be together. But anyway, my dad's an Aquarius, my mom's a Capricorn. My rising sign is Capricorn, and my moon sign is Aquarius. So, that's interesting. I guess. I think so. Sorry, I probably don't look that presentable right now. I took a shower, and my hair is still pretty wet, and I just, like, slapped on some makeup, and I was like, oh, I'll make a video! So yeah, that's where I am right now. About me. Right. So, I've always lived in California. When I was about 6 or so, my parents split up, and, I lived in 2 houses growing up. My mom remarried not too long after that, and then split up again, like 10 years later with that guy, but he was a dick, so I'm okay with that. That was like 2 years ago. And I've lived in about 5 or 6 different houses. I've been to 4 different schools. I went to conventional school pretty much till my freshman year of high school, and then I was like, fuck this, I couldn't do it. So I went to this alternative school, I guess. It was called, well, it doesn't matter what it's called, but it was pretty much like I went to a classroom like once a week, and then I would get some work, and then I would do it at home, and I'd bring it back, and I turned it in and like grade it and shit, and that was about it. And that was pretty much my high school, is being antisocial with no friends, and going and interacting with other human beings for like an hour out of every week. Which was okay with me, because I work best at my own pace anyway, and I never really was good at classrooms and stuff like that. Like, I was just like, you know? But, so there's that. And I guess just some random stuff about me that you guys probably don't know, because most people don't know. I like paintings. I bought that from a garage sale. Also, thrift shops and secondhand stores are the death of me. Like, I have way too much stuff. It's bad. Let's see, weird stuff. Oh, you can kind of see over there in the corner is my leg lamp. It's from A Christmas Story. You know how the dad gets like that leg lamp? It's that, but like a mini version. And so that's my lamp in my room, because I have that and like one other light, so that's like my prime source of electricity. There's a painting that I did back there. It's like some lady with snake hair. Random stuff like that. I guess I'll do the like big tour in my next week's video when I show you guys my house, which is probably just gonna be my dogs in my room, basically, probably, so just heads up for that. Yeah. I like messing with my dog. I dress him up in clothes sometimes, and I like to stare at him, because I know it makes him uncomfortable, and I just kind of sit there and stare at him, and he'll just be like, what are you staring at me for? And I'm just like, just to stare at you and ruin your life. Also, it's kind of weird, but I collect pictures, from like magazines and stuff. Not like fashion magazines or something like that, because I'm not a fashion person, but I just cut pictures out that I find like aesthetically pleasing in some way, and I have a drawer full of them. in my drawer. I have a drawer full of just random ass pictures that I've cut out over the years, and I just have for whatever reason. And recently, not recently, but maybe like a month ago, I started doing like weird little collages in this notebook that I have, and I used some of the pictures, and I also cut out the personal ads from the Penny Saver. Emmy and Sophie, I don't know if you know what a Penny Saver is, so it's kind of fucked up that I don't know that, but it's basically just like this shitty, like shittiest of shitty like magazine ads, or magazines where you can like put your ad in. It's like they send it to you in the mail even though you don't want it. And I cut out the personal messages, and I read them, and I keep them sometimes if I think they're particularly funny or interesting. And there's a few that have been kind of weird, and I keep them, and they're in my little book thing. It's kind of funny because a lot of them are like breakups. It's like, why would you break up with your significant other? Like, in a fucking shitty-ass magazine ad. It just seems kind of messed up. But there's one particularly that I cut out the other day. I was at work, and there was a Penny Saver on the table, and I was like, huh. So I looked at it, and it says, it's addressed to this guy named Rick R., and it says, always in my heart and mind, roses die, my love never will. And then in a second one, like it all couldn't fit in one message, it says, with a broken heart and tears, I say goodbye. And it's just like, Jesus fuck. Like, oh yeah, he broke up with me, like, in an email, or a text message, or like he called me. And it's like, no, she broke up with me in a Penny Saver ad. I just think for some reason that's kind of interesting to me. But yeah, weird stuff like that. It's just little nuances that I have, I guess. I don't think that's the proper use of that word. But anyway, I'm kind of morbid, I guess, but I think you guys already kind of know that. I got this little mini collection of things I wanted to show you before I started filming, so I was like, oh, I should show them this. I was at Goodwill not too long ago, one of those secondhand stores, and I found this. I don't know if you can tell because it's kind of like glary, but it's a fuck, it is kind of glary. You can't block it with my hand. It's a butterfly in like this little jar. It's like a little scenery, and it's, I don't know, I just think it's so cool. I saw it and I was like, I want it. So I got it, and now it's mine. And it's kind of weird because I almost feel like I can like take this lid off, like if I really wanted to, and I'm just like, I want to, but I know if I do I'll break it. So I'm just like, I'll just stare at it and think about how awesome and cool it is. And it's like a butterfly, like on these little like pine cones and like fake trees. I just thought that was the coolest thing ever. So I got it, and it's in my room now. And I have another thing where I really like masquerade masks. I have one just here on my little nightstand table thing, and it's just basic, you know. I have another one over there on the other side of my room because I just have a bunch of weird stuff. I wear men's deodorant because I don't know why. I like to be kind of confusing, I think. Like, I'll wear men's deodorant and I'll wear like women's perfume on top of it. And I can kind of tell, like, when I'm around people, like, maybe they kind of notice it, but then they're like, why would she be wearing men's deodorant? And I'm just like, you know? But at the same, it's kind of like a double-edged sword. Not like it's a negative, but I feel like I get hit on by a lot of lesbians because I smell like a guy. Or I don't know if that's why, because I'm already kind of butch. You know, like, I wear boots and I don't really look that feminine, I guess. I kind of get hit on a lot from lesbians. But whatever, you know, I'm okay with that. It's better than, like, creepy old gross guys, even though they hit on me too. But anyway, I really, really love film, movies, music, and pretty much anything, like, that pertains to the senses, because I'm a Taurus. I said that. I guess it's, like, a really sensual sign, not in terms of, like, sexuality explicitly, you know, but just of the senses. So, if there's, like, smells or, like, tastes, or if I can sit and stare at something all day, you know, that's totally my thing. I guess another thing, I don't really get bored very easily. I pretty much never ever really get bored, because I can sit and just be kicking it and totally okay with that. And, you know, I always kind of, like, liken myself to, like, a cow grazing or something, you know, just leave me to graze and I'll be good for days. Like, yeah, just leave her there, she'll be fine. Which is pretty much how it is. I don't know, I don't want to go into the whole, I don't want to go into the whole, like, emotional aspect, exactly, because I feel like I kind of did that already, so I'll just stick with, like, the weird stuff and set, like, a different tone, you know? Because nobody likes to feel all down and depressed all the time, so we'll just stick with the weird stuff and call it even. As most of you know, I pretty much just wear black all the time, which is totally okay with me. Most people are always like, oh, why don't you ever wear any colors? And it's like, why don't you go do something with your life instead of sitting here asking me that, you know? Shit, what else? I don't know. I don't know. What else about me? Jeez. I like to go driving, preferably at night. Just, there's also less people, and I just like city lights, and I like to stare at stuff. And I do that when I'm driving, and I like the moon a lot. Actually, fun fact, I used to, like, sit and talk to the moon at my old house, because I kind of had, like, a window that I could crawl out of. I didn't have, like, a screen or anything, and I just sit and, like, watch the moon at night. Just in, you know, instead of, who needs sleep instead of sleeping? I guess I kind of mentioned, briefly, because I was just, like, ranting in my last video about how, like, through film and, like, movies and music, that's kind of how I learned how to be a person, is through being able to, like, relate to that and, like, relating to certain characters and, like, their struggles or whatever they went through or something like that, and being able to take something from that and kind of learn from it. That's kind of, like, I feel like I'm just a mashup of, like, a bunch of different characters from films that I've seen through my years. I live with my mom and my sister, and they both equally drive me crazy as much as I love them. They drive me a little crazy. I don't live with my dad. I moved out when I was, like, 14. And I go and I visit him every now and again. And we watch The Walking Dead together. Yeah, I don't really watch The Walking Dead with anybody else other than my dad. For a few reasons, but also partially because when The Walking Dead first, like, came out was during a weird time in my life where I hadn't talked to my dad in a few years. And we had just kind of started, you know, to reconnect, and I started getting to be, like, more comfortable around him, I guess, again. And, I don't know, The Walking Dead really helped me improve my relationship with my father, but that's a whole other thing. So, I think this is where I'll leave off, and I'm really looking forward to your videos and being able to see your faces again. I watched Catherine and Whitney's videos, and they were great, and I'm in my room, and it's like 11 o'clock last night, and I'm just like, like, I miss them, you know. So, I think it'll be nice to, you know, see you guys, and just, I talk to you all the time, but watching you talk and, like, looking at your face and the way it moves and your voice, like, pairing up with it is pretty nice. So, I'm pretty stoked about that. It's pretty rad that we're gonna do this, and I'm really happy that you guys were so open to it and jumped on board, even though it's probably pretty scary. 'Cause it's scary to me, you know? Being honest and, like, talking to people about myself, it's kind of weird, so I'm really happy that you guys were so open about it and just, like, so enthusiastic. I really was not expecting that kind of reaction at all. I was just like, shit, like, this is gonna be so weird, and you guys were like, this is awesome, and I'm like, ah, cool, you know? So, I'm really excited, and, I can't wait. I can't wait to sit and waste my life away in the most positive way that I can think of by staring at your faces on repeat for hours on end, because that's probably what I'm gonna do. So, yeah. I'm in a good mood. I'm pretty happy about it. And that's nice. So yeah. I'll see your faces soon, and I'll stare at them forever. And I'll see you next Tuesday. So, alright. Bye, guys. am creepy. You know that. I like weird stuff.